Good evening, I'm Scott Engler.
And I'm Leslie Miller. Q13 Reports at 10 starts now.
This is Q13 Reports at 10.
The countdown to history is on tonight. 16 nations, including the U.S., are building an international space station, and the launch of the first piece into space is just minutes away. Good evening. In just about a half an hour, it is one giant leap for mankind as we take our first step towards a new frontier in space.
The clock is counting down. You are looking at a live picture of the launch pad in Kazakhstan, where this rocket waits to make history, and Boeing has a lot riding on tonight's launch. It is daytime in Kazakhstan, even though it's happening a world away. Q13's Carrie Kazarba is following all of the developments tonight. She joins us live. Carrie?
Well, Leslie, so far it's all systems go in Russia tonight, which means we're just about 38 minutes away from liftoff. This is the first of 48 flights which will deliver all the parts for the largest construction project in history, which is otherwise known as the International Space Station. After a tumultuous ride on Earth, the countdown to a space launch is on tonight. The Zara is scheduled to rocket into orbit. It's just the first of the station's many components. Boeing is overseeing construction of the entire $100 billion space station.
There's always butterflies on a countdown. It's exploration. So if you don't have butterflies, you're not exploring far enough.
What's the next frontier?
Boeing's future in space is really limitless. The space station itself will give us incredible knowledge of operating in space and really qualify us for when the nation wants to go to Mars.
Zara will work as a space tugboat, providing propulsion, power, and communications during the early stages of the project. In 2 weeks, the Space Shuttle Endeavour will deliver a Boeing-built module called Unity. It will unify the station's living and working areas. Astronaut Tom Jones is on the shuttle crew.
We're on the verge of a brand new space vehicle. No one's ever flown this before, and we're going to put it together and then operate it. It's going to be a real challenge, but a very exciting time too.
John Glenn rocketed into space in 1962. He was part of a race to beat the Russians. The goal now is cooperation, not competition. World leaders hope this venture into space will be the launching pad for a peaceful future on Earth. Incidentally, Zara means sunrise in Russian, which is appropriate because while in orbit, the astronauts will see 16 new sunrises every 24 hours. Amazing. Now, very little work on the space station has been done here in the Puget Sound area. That could be an indication the Northwest will be left out as Boeing emerges as a leading player in the space business. Scott, Leslie, back to you.
All right, Carrie Kazarba live tonight. Thanks. To weather now, a fall storm blasts western Washington tonight, and more wild weather is on the way.
Yeah, it is. Rain and snow now cover roads around the Sound, and a flood watch is in effect for several rivers. Q13 meteorologist Jim Castillo is tracking this storm. Jim, what's up?
Well, tonight is nothing compared to what is coming, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened today, though, on the passes. Starting out at Snoqualmie, first time we've seen this in a long time. That is snow on the pass. Sure enough, slippery conditions continue there tonight, and temperatures right around 32 degrees, and expecting a little bit more before the actual freezing level goes up a bit. Melt some of that stuff for Friday. Now take a look at Stevens Pass. Several inches of snow fell there today, and slippery conditions continue. Traction tires are advised. Folks, this is just the beginning of a big storm that is definitely headed our way. High wind watches just went in effect for parts of the viewing area, and I'll have all those details coming up in just a few minutes. It's quite interesting what's coming.
Yes, it is. Okay, Jim, we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Well, no snow, but taking a trip down part of another Washington road may be tricky. The exit from westbound State Route 522 to northbound 405 is closing down right now so that road crews can restripe the ramp. The exit reopens tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
It's been a long day for independent counsel Ken Starr. He was the lone witness on day one of the impeachment inquiry of President Clinton. First, Republicans and Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee took turns asking him about his investigation. Later, he faced questions from David Kendall, President Clinton's personal attorney. Kendall attacked nearly every aspect of Starr's four-year, $40 million investigation, including allegations Starr's office leaked grand jury information.
In fact, there has been no case remotely similar to this in terms of the massive leaking from the prosecutor's office, and I think we know
I totally disagree with that. That's an accusation, and it's an unfair accusation. I completely reject it, and I would say, David, let's wait until the litigation has concluded.
Starr's answers had been calm and deliberate throughout his 12 hours of questioning. Democrats say they aren't getting an opportunity to fully engage the independent counsel. Republicans disagree. They say Democrats are smothering Starr with multi-part questions and not giving him sufficient time to respond. A constitutional law expert at Seattle University says President Clinton is under investigation as a potential criminal defendant, and under the law, he has the right to a vigorous defense.
And Starr can call that roadblocks and obstruction of justice, but the Constitution in the Sixth Amendment says you have the right to counsel, and just as a public defender, I know that it's the duty of a potential criminal defendant to be very vigorous in their self-defense.
Mark West says Kenneth Starr's arguments focus on obstruction of justice, and he believes they are lacking substance.
Well, since the Trip Lewinsky tapes have come out as a result of the presidential investigation, there's a certain paranoia. Just who's watching who and how far can they go? A Q13 investigation found out that when you're at work, there is no such thing as privacy. Q13's Julie Lee is live in Seattle with more. Julie?
Well, Scott, it's easy to spot surveillance cameras intended to keep intruders out of your workplace, but you might not know you're being watched or how far your employer will go to keep an eye on you.
These cops were caught making out on the job while they were supposed to be on patrol. How? By hidden camera. Nowadays, the bosses are watching in sneaky ways to catch dishonest employees.
You've got to be careful and, really think about what you're doing before you do it if you're not doing your job.
Private investigator Diane Karkuff is a pro at catching people off guard, but she also knows what crosses the line. For instance, she says at work, any place considered public is free game. Of course, according to Washington state law, your voice cannot be recorded without your consent, but your image can. Karkuff says employees are safe when there is an expectation of privacy, like in a bathroom. But while on the phone, bosses can monitor job-related calls. And just because you have a password for voicemail or email doesn't mean the messages aren't being monitored.
It implies privacy, but the laws just don't cover it yet.
Everywhere you look, there could be a camera, in a clock, on a sprinkler head. A new copy machine records every image passing through onto a disk. And there's even a way for employers to access what you're typing on your computer while you're typing it. So our PI reminds, if you're in a public area at work, expect the worst case scenario.
And employees, in their own best interest, should refrain from engaging in activities that are, inappropriate in the workplace.
Our private investigator tells us even though employers cannot listen in on personal phone calls, they can use phone numbers to keep track of who you're talking to and for how long. Scott?
Okay, Julie Lee live in Seattle. Thanks for that report. The judge in the Microsoft antitrust trial today accused Bill Gates of being evasive in his videotaped deposition. Now, the judge's comments came in response to Microsoft complaints that the government was using taped snippets to slant Gates' testimony. Meanwhile, back here in Seattle, in the Puget Sound area, Microsoft is under fire from 10 temporary workers who filed a lawsuit today in U.S. District Court. The 10 claim they were unfairly denied health and pay benefits as well as stock options. Last year, in a similar case, a federal appeals court ruled in favor of temporary workers.
Compromise is the key word floating around Neah Bay tonight after whaling protesters extended an olive branch to the macaws. The Sea Shepherd Society moved one of its boats out of Neah Bay today. In return, the macaws agreed to talk with them in Port Angeles Monday. But tribal leader Keith Johnson says they may simply just agree to disagree about the tribe's right to hunt migratory gray whales. Next week is Bible Week in Kent if the city's mayor has his way. The mayor has issued a proclamation encouraging people to read and study the Bible. But the American Civil Liberties Union wants him to rescind the proclamation. The ACLU says it violates the Constitution.
It's a serious matter when a government official is foisting his personal religious agenda out there through his position as an elected official, using taxpayer funds to do so.
When we reached the mayor of Kent by phone tonight, he said, quote, "I'm not advocating a religion. Some people would look at the Bible as a work of literature. I'm not commanding people to read it. I'm encouraging them to do so." Jim White also says he plans to issue a Bible Week proclamation next year.
A police raid today at a suspected lottery scam company based right across the border. Now, police say they tell you you've just won a multi-million-dollar lottery, but then they need your credit card for a processing fee.
No, they're not for real. And there's so many out there, and they're going to get you. They are. They're going to get you. They're going to do what they can. They have no feelings. They don't care.
Shirley Fawcett heard from Win USA, based in the Vancouver area. Today, Canadian investigators raided 8 locations near Vancouver, BC, where they believe the company is operating an illegal lottery scam. The company is accused of selling foreign lottery tickets via phone to primarily elderly residents in Washington and Arizona. Employees of the company were not talking today. So far tonight, as the investigation gets underway, there are no arrests to report.
A warning tonight to keep your family feast from becoming a Thanksgiving dinner disaster. A government study found 97% of turkeys in America contaminated with at least one type of harmful bacteria. The study conducted by the Center for Science in the Public Interest shows the amounts of Salmonella and Campylobacter. To avoid getting sick, officials say defrost your turkey properly in the refrigerator, allow about 1 day for every 5 pounds, and make sure to thoroughly cook the bird by using an oven thermometer. You wouldn't want anything to destroy or to ruin your Thanksgiving dinner.
No, certainly good advice with the day coming up. Well, if you are weary of the rat race,
then get off the wheel.
For a long time I wanted to run my own business and I was afraid to. I thought you had to have all the pieces in place before you did it. And I'm finding out you just start.
Some Western Washington entrepreneurs are turning 9 to 5 into their own business hours. We'll show you why quitting your job may not be such a bad idea.
Plus, Senator Mary Bono breaks her silence with shocking new details on her husband's death on the slopes.
And Star Wars fans, get ready. We're going to show you the movie trailer that takes you to a galaxy far, far away.
Hi, I'm Dan Devone. Coming up tonight in sports, we'll continue the Apple Cup hype. We'll also tell you who took home the hardware in this year's National League MVP balloting. That and more. Sports is straight ahead.
And the number for our Q-Tips hotline is on your screen. Give us a call with any breaking news tips or story ideas.
You're watching Q13 Reports at 10.
It's dinner time, Walt. How come you're eating breakfast? Well, which dinner is it? You know, Cliff, where I grew up, we call lunch dinner and we call dinner supper. So you talking about supper? So you talking about dinner lunch or dinner supper?
Well, you should try IHOP's Rudy Tooty 2. Luscious blueberry, cinnamon apple, or strawberry topped pancakes, plus bacon, sausage, eggs, and now with hash browns, all for $3.99.
So if lunch was dinner and dinner was supper, what was lunch? Well, that's why I ordered breakfast.
I was hit by another car and hurt my neck and back, requiring surgery. My total medical bills were $36,000. Kirk never gave up on me and my case. After everything, he got me $69,000.
Call the law office of Kirk B. Bernard. Phones are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Kirk B. Bernard. Don't sign or say anything until you call. Call 1-800-690-1000 now.
Mad About You, weeknights at 10:30 on Q13 Fox.
Welcome back. They've been called lazy, apathetic, and slackers.
But now Generation Xers are being called something else. Boss. They're independent.
We don't want to put up with the nonsense.
They're rebellious.
I found out that money's not happiness. In fact, it's almost worse to be working just for money in something that you don't enjoy.
They're risk takers.
When I present something to my client, it's do or die. Either they like it or they don't like it. And if they don't like it, I don't get paid and I don't eat.
They are the X generation, a bad fit for the corporate world. The so-called slacker generation is now redefining business for the next millennium.
I was skipping out of my corporate sales job one afternoon like I shouldn't have been, and I was walking the dog through the park, and then a light bulb just went off in my head that, hey, we should start a little dog business out here.
And that's how Axel Snack's Dog Biscuit Company was born. It's the growing trend in the business world, led by the generation no one thought would ever amount to anything. It turns out they're driven, but they want success on their terms. Ex-Gen Meredith Bagby should know. She literally wrote the book on it.
It's all about wanting control and autonomy and flexibility, but also having a career and building something important.
We've got some sort of independent streak. I don't know if it came from TV shows we watched when we were younger or what.
Could it be? Could all that TV watching really have been good for you?
Some of the kids that were watching episodes of The Brady Bunch are now out in Hollywood writing multi-million-dollar scripts. So in some ways, the advice our parents gave us maybe wasn't all that great.
In fact, the media, finance, and the internet are fueling an explosion in Gen X businesses.
The reason that Generation X does so well in the media and things like finance and on the internet is because we have sort of a near exclusive understanding of those avenues.
And that exclusivity gives them the power to dictate freedom.
I think people are just becoming more individualized and want to do what they want to do and not be pushed around and told what they need to do.
And I think it's quality of life too, compared to being in a corporate environment where it's 9 to 5. You have the opportunity to create your own time.
So with you, it's the schedule that bothers you. You hate being on a schedule, don't you, Kelly?
One story I love, I talked to one entrepreneur who told me that she would breastfeed while she was on a conference call in her house.
But that flexibility comes with risks, something many Xers haven't or don't want to think about.
If you're going to risk so much by being an entrepreneur and being your own boss, you've got to have some kind of a cushion. And that's something maybe we haven't learned yet, but we've got to start.
Still, it's a generation that, buoyed by a hot economy, is not afraid to take risks.
For a long time I wanted to run my own business and I was afraid to. I thought you had to have all the pieces in place before you did it. And I'm finding out you just start.
Yeah, when you're a Gen X person and you're single, no kids, you're not married, you don't have a mortgage, what is there to lose?
Well, here are some numbers that may help you on your way to owning your own business. The Small Business Association is a great resource. Now, for women only, we're told Washington Cash is a fantastic group. Then, of course, there is the web. Just make sure you are using 2 R's when searching under entrepreneurs.
Jim Castillo joins us now to tell us more about the big storm that's on its way, and we're feeling the start of it already.
Yeah, in some areas, that's for sure. In fact, you got your flashlights ready?
I do, actually.
Candles.
And the candles.
Okay, good.
And keep the matches nearby, too, so you can light those candles.
Exactly, just in case.
Just in case.
Because I'm sure a few areas will definitely be without power as we head into tomorrow and tomorrow night, because we're talking incredible wind and high wind watches are in effect for parts of the area. I'll get to that coming up. Let's go ahead and check in with what's happening right now. 46 degrees, scattered showers in Seattle, southeast wind at 8 miles an hour. In Tacoma, temperature is at about 46 degrees also. Scattered showers, south wind at 9, and Bellingham, that's where we're starting to see some wind. Southeast wind gusting to 24 miles an hour, 48 degrees with cloudy skies. It's going to be a mild night. Temperatures have actually gone up a few degrees in spots as south wind continues to pick up. Live Neighborhood Doppler is showing scattered showers anywhere you look, but let's go ahead and focus in on Mason County where the Skokomish River is. We're seeing some yellow on the Doppler weather radar, and that's some heavier rainfall. Sure enough, the Skokomish is under a watch, but is likely to become a warning sometime tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Now, here are the flood watches that are in effect. Not only the Skokomish, but also in Grays Harbor County, the Satsup River, and in King County, the Snoqualmie River again. And the closest to a warning is the Skokomish at the moment. Here's what's happening on the satellite picture. We had the first piece of energy move through today. Just as expected, not much wind, but some rain developing, and at times it came down pretty good. Now we're starting to see the second system push in here, and this has a lot of wind with it. And there it is on the satellite picture, too. You can see it barreling in on the strong jet stream. It's going to be hitting the coast through the overnight hours. All the wind will pick up by morning, and I'll go ahead and get to the details on that. Gale warnings are flying for all waterways. South wind even through the Sound, gusting to 45 knots tomorrow. That's 52 miles an hour. So watch out even in Seattle and Tacoma. Now the coastal sections are under a gale warning, but a high wind watch is in effect there. For wind, 45 knots, gusting to 60 knot wind. That's about 69 miles an hour. Same for the entrance to the Strait of Juan de Fuca, and a high wind watch for the islands and Bellingham. We'll keep you informed of that. road conditions. We have traction tires advised for Stevens and Snoqualmie and Blewett and White Pass. It is still snowing there right now, but snow advisories continue throughout the nighttime hours, but the snow level will rise to about 5,000 feet by morning, 6,000 feet by tomorrow, and then back down to 3,000 on Saturday. Heavy snow at that point is likely once again. Overnight lows in western Washington, again on the mild side. Temperatures in the 40s as the strong south wind begins to blow. High temperatures around the coast tomorrow, right around 53 at Hoquiam. Rain and wind at times. Again, high wind watch is in effect. East of the Cascades, scattered showers, breezy spots. Kennewick, a warm 58, 45 in Spokane. Northern Sound, high wind watch, rain and wind at times. Friday Harbor, 52. Mount Vernon, 52. And the Sound, rain and wind, 52 in Seattle, 52 Bremerton, 53 in Tacoma. The 5-day forecast showing 50 on Saturday, rain at times, along with breezy conditions also on Sunday. Another storm system heading in Monday. Possibility of more incredible wind, 47 for the high, Tuesday 48. If you're heading to the Apple Cup, take the chains with you to get through the passes, especially for Saturday if you're coming back through the passes. Mostly cloudy though in Pullman on Saturday, scattered showers, breezy, and 42 at game time. So this time of the year, we're expecting snow on the passes and the strong wind, and keep it up to date here on Q13.
Okay, we'll do that. Thanks, Jim.
Well, he died in a skiing accident.
But tonight, Sonny Bono's widow suggests something else killed the superstar. California Congresswoman Mary Bono says she's sure a prescription drug problem led Sonny to his death. Bono told TV Guide her husband was popping pills, dozens of pills a day. They were prescribed for chronic back pain and neck problems. The waitress turned politician also says Cher told her to get out of the marriage.
And Dan Devone joins us now with, what, another bite out of the Apple Cup preview? Is that what we got here?
We'll talk Apple Cup. We'll do a lot of things. We got to get to it, so let's roll video and tell you about Seattle rain. We got them coming up on the big show as well. Stay tuned.
Where to be seen this weekend? It's full combat shopping on the Kingdome floor, packed with over 500 shopping kiosks. Or watch cyclocross mountain bikers perfect the faceplant at this year's national race in Seattle. Unload your old ski gear and get some cool new stuff at the Ski Swap. And in concerts, Yo La Tango and Jad Fair team up in a rare performance Friday night at the Croc. While Saturday at the Croc, it's the Dusty 45s jumping it up. And the California band Real Big Fish plays Rock Candy. For more info, swing that mouse to www.seattle.sidewalk.com/Q-Picks. You get your license, your independence. You spend your life behind the wheel. But should a driver's license be forever? Friday night on Q13 Reports at 10, we'll look at some of our state's lax license laws. The questions, concerns, and safety issues that face all of us on the road. Road Age, Friday night when Q13 reports at 10.
The standards that these kids are going to be striving for is going to have nothing but positive results.
I think having the bar raised at a consistent level across the state, then yes, I think it's a good idea.
It's a true test. It reflects what the child has absorbed.
They should come out of the educational system much better prepared to function in the workplace. I'll know where I need to help them.
Now you have the power of parents. Call today. Made possible by Les Schwab in Q13. It's our greatest offer of the century.
Make no down payment and pay no interest till the year 2000.
This weekend at the Bedroom Superstore.
America's largest selection of bedrooms, water beds, and kids and teens bedrooms.
Choose from over 50 complete bedroom sets for under $19.99.
Everything included. Bed, frame, dresser, mirror, and nightstand.
And the mattress is free.
Plus no down payment and no interest till the year 2000.
The Bedroom Superstore, where America buys its bedrooms for less.
The Simpsons, weeknights at 6 and 7:30.
Howdy
do you kill a man who's already dead?
Signing his poems with the blood of his victims.
An all-new Brimstone. Then, don't miss the most shocking special. All of America has been talking about.
Oh my God.
World's most shocking moments. Parental discretion advised. It all starts tonight at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Countdown to Apple Cup 98 continues tonight, and this year's game is not without controversy. The Dogs tuning up before, of course, they head off to Pullman for the big showdown that'll take place on Saturday. Now, Coach Jim Lambright has made up his mind, and Andre Desaussure will not make the trip to Pullman. Earlier in the week, the senior wide receiver made some critical remarks towards Pullman and Washington State, disobeying Lambright's order of not talking about the game. Lambright spoke of the suspension earlier today.
No, Andre will not be on the trip, and that was based on 5 years, not on just one action. It's like every other action that you take in this position. You don't do it just on spontaneity. It's done on trying to teach a young man over years and years and years, and show a team how things are supposed to be done.
College football on Thursday night. It's Miami and Pittsburgh. Hello, Dan Marino. Not enough of this in college football. Fake the field goal. Jeff Popovich, a huge hole, 25 yards. 38-10. Miami's a winner. Miami wins their 4th straight. Don't forget they meet UCLA December 5th in that makeup game. The Seattle Seahawks try and keep their very faint playoff hopes alive this weekend when they meet the Dallas Cowboys in Texas today. Cowboy wide receiver Michael Irvin was talking about the game when he was interrupted by a preacher named Deion Sanders.
I think people are making more of it.
This is the second call for the Cowboys Bible study. The Bible says that any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. All things are passed away. And I know there's some old things around here that we all want passed away. And all things become new. God bless you all.
He's a character, man. He is a character now.
Character indeed. College basketball, Alaska Fairbanks taking on Washington State. Fairbanks got a guy by the name of Josh Bannon. Don't even look. Wrap around. Oh, yeah, 11-point advantage for Alaska. This is Jan Michael Thomas, 2 for $1. Next one, he'll knock it through with less than 2 minutes to go. It is Alaska with the advantage, 74-65. Seattle Reign in action tonight. Yes, professional women's basketball at Mercer Arena. Shalana Ennis up and under and bank and good. Val Whiting also tough inside as the Seattle Reign looking for their 4th straight victory to open up the season. Nice fade, and she'll put that through as well. Seattle, once again, a winner tonight. Final score of 61-57. They start the season at 4-0. It's not a huge surprise that Sammy Sosa is this year's MVP in the National League, but it is interesting to note how far back Mark McGwire finished in the balloting. Sammy Sosa, congratulations. Once again, the MVP of the National League. He got all but 2 of the first place votes. The other 2 going to Mark McGwire, finished second despite his record 70 home run season. Finally tonight, it is hockey, and it's Vancouver and Colorado. Coach Mike Keenan picking up career victory number 500. It's all Vancouver. They go on to win at a final score of 5-0. Brian McCabe take us out with a goal. Vancouver, a winner. And Mike Keenan, a milestone coaching win number 500. Only 6 coaches in the NHL have won that.
That's incredible.
Okay,
thanks, Dan. When we come back, we'll take a trip to a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, a sneak peek into Luke Skywalker's early years is next.
What sets some people apart? Gives them the confidence to succeed on their own terms. It's no secret, it's the Wall Street Journal. Now you can have that confidence delivered for 13 weeks at just $36.75, just 57 cents a day. That's a 25% savings off our regular rate, which makes now a great time to try this limited time offer. Call now, 800-457-1100. That's 800-457-1100 for the Wall Street Journal.
Let's face it, if you're sitting here watching this ad right now, then you're having problems. Probably problems surrounding your kids and your ex. You can't make ends meet because there's trouble with your child support order, or your parenting plan's not working and you miss your kids. Well, stop losing sleep over it. At my law office, we help correct child support orders and ensure that our clients see their children. I'm Mike Gallagher. Give me a call if you need help. And go back to bed.
When Hurricane Mitch hit Central America, it took the lives of thousands.
And left hundreds of thousands in great need.
If you would like to help in the relief effort, you can make a cash donation or even volunteer locally.
Just by calling this number, 425-771-5700. Thank you.
First, they got married. Then the bride called the cops.
No, I didn't hit him. You didn't hit him? No, you didn't hit him at all. Only thing I did at the end was throw a shoe. One shoe.
Justice with an attitude. Judge Judy. Part of a full hour today at 5 on Q13 Fox.
If you want something done right. Oh, sorry, did I get you? Don't let Joey do it. Next Friends.
Tonight at 7 on Q13 Fox.
It happens in the Bermuda Triangle.
You've been caught in some kind of time warp.
The moment you've been waiting for. The X-Files, an all-new episode Sunday on Fox.
The Panthers battle the Rams Sunday at 1 on Q13 Fox.
Even though the new Star Wars movie won't hit the theaters till next May, the Star Wars hype has already begun.
Crowds are flocking to theaters across the country just to catch a glimpse of the trailer. The easiest way to get a sneak preview is on the internet, thanks to the folks at the Seattle-based company Real Networks. They're providing one way to get a glimpse at a galaxy far, far away.
As trailers go, it's incredible. It really is amazing.
If you want to get a glimpse of the trailer, we're about to show it to you, but if you want to see it again, you can check it out at these two websites. It's film.com or starwars.com. Here's your look at the upcoming Star Wars prequel, Episode 1, titled The Phantom Menace.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force. You believe it's this boy?
He can see things before they happen.
He can help you.
The Force is unusually strong with him.
He was meant to help you.
Anakin! Tell him to take off!
Will I ever see you again?
What does your heart tell you?
Are you sure about this? Trusting our fate to a boy we hardly know?
Anakin Skywalker, meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I sense much fear in you. The boy is dangerous. They all sense it. Why can't you?
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Looks like a blockbuster to me.
Yeah, what a tease, huh? Can't see it till next May.
That'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. No, tomorrow's Friday. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.